Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Forexlive, August 18, 1725 America New York. 3 charts that point to trouble ahead for global growth. A rundown of some of the sore spots. The charts aren't always right, but they should never be ignored, especially when so many dominoes are falling together, and just 6 weeks after the bottom began falling out of Treasury yields.
Wall Street Journal Markets, August 18, 1722 America New York. CME and Cboe stock respond to media report of deal talks. Exchange operator CME denied a report that it had made a $16 billion acquisition offer to Cboe, whose share price jumped 12% before finishing the day lower.
Forexlive, August 18, 1715 America New York. Forexlive America FX News Wrap. FOMC meeting minutes not as hawkish as the market expected. Forex news for North American traders on August 18, 2021. The North American session started with U.S. housing starts coming in and much weaker than expected as higher costs, worker shortages and low supply continues to be an issue. Forexlive, August 18, 1714 America New York. RBNZ continues to warn on housing. RBNZ comments on housing. These are a rehash of comments in the rate decision and press conference yesterday. Or emphasized that a wave of supply was about to come online.
New York Times Business, August 18, 1713 America New York. Vaccine effectiveness against infection may wane, C.D.C studies find. Federal health officials said the new data justified a campaign of booster shots. But some scientists disagreed, saying not every American needs another dose. Coronavirus vaccinations in a church in the Bronx this month.
Wall Street Journal Markets, August 18, 1649 America New York. Robinhood revenue surges on cryptocurrency trades. Revenue at Robinhood markets more than doubled in the second quarter thanks to a torrent of customers trading cryptocurrency, but the company posted a big loss due to an emergency funding deal earlier this year.
New York Times Business, August 18, 1646 America New York. Robinhood's revenue more than doubled even as it lost money last quarter. Robinhood lost $502 million, compared with a profit of $58 million a year prior. Vlad Tenev, Wright, and Baiju Bhatt, Robinhood's founders, in New York last month. New York Times Business, August 18, 1630 America New York. To skip the line at Disney, get ready to pay a genie. For the first time, line-skipping privileges at Walt Disney World in Florida will cost $15 per person. An added cost for what is already an expensive destination. Disney is introducing a new digital tool called Disney Genie to help visitors navigate Disneyland and Disney World.
Forexlive, August 18, 1624 America New York. U.S. indices close at session lows. Sharp fall into the close. The major U.S. stock indices fell sharply into the close for the day. Highlights. The final numbers are showing. Forexlive, August 18, 1611 America New York. Coming in Asia Pacific trading. Australian employment and Reuters tankin. Australian employment will keep markets moving. It's been a lively week in Asia Pacific trading, and main potential market mover will be the potential announcement of more New Zealand COVID cases, but that won't be the only one.
Daily FX Market News. August 18, 1600 America New York. Oil price slides towards July low as U.S. output rises for second week. The price of oil is on the cusp of taking out the July low, $65.01, as U.S. production increases for the second straight week.
Forexlive, August 18, 1532 America New York. Stocks turn to the downside as the markets move toward the close. Back-to-back declines in the stocks. The U.S. stocks are moving lower as the market moves toward the close. There have not been back-to-back declines in the indices in a little over 2 weeks. Forexlive, August 18, 1510 America New York. U.S. to start giving booster shots starting September 20. Starting 8 months after the second dose, the U.S. will start the rollout of COVID booster shots starting September 20.
New York Times Business, August 18, 1507 America New York. Glenn Ford, black journalist who lashed the mainstream, dies at 71. Fiercely progressive and independent, he was a persistent critic of the liberal establishment, especially black leaders like Barack Obama. New York Times Business, August 18, 1506 America New York. T-Mobile says hack exposed personal data of 40 million people. The company said that stolen files included the personal information of 7.8 million current customers and 40 million people who had applied for credit. A T-Mobile store in Manhattan.
Marginal Revolution. August 18, 1452 America, New York. What should I ask Ed Glazer? He has a new book out with David Cutler, namely Survival of the City, Living and Thriving in an Age of Isolation. I will be doing a joint CWT with them, sequentially rather than simultaneous. So what should I ask Ed Glazer? There is a separate post for suggestions for Cutler. Marginal Revolution. August 18, 1449 America, New York. What should I ask David Cutler? He has a new book out with Ed Glazer, namely Survival of the City, Living and Thriving in an Age of Isolation. I will be doing a joint CWT with them, sequentially rather than simultaneous. So what should I ask David Cutler? There is a separate post for suggestions for Glazer.
Daily FX Market News. August 18, 1445 America, New York. US dollar surrenders gains despite FOMC minutes taper talk. The US dollar is peeling back from session highs as bears fade strength despite the latest FOMC minutes hinting that Fed officials might decide to taper asset purchases before year-end.
Forexlive. August 18, 1443 America, New York. WTI crude oil futures settle at $65.46. Down -$1.13 or -1.7%. The low for the day reached $65.29. The high reached $67.47. The cycle low going back to August 9 reached $65.13. The low price today was just above that level.
New York Times Business. August 18, 1435 America, New York. Taliban ramp up on social media, defying bans by the platforms. More than 100 new official or pro-Taliban accounts and pages have surfaced on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter, despite a ban on the group by the sites. Zabihullah Mujahid, left, a Taliban spokesman, fielded questions on Tuesday at a news conference in Kabul, Afghanistan. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 18, 1427 America, New York. Fed signals asset purchases likely to slow this year. Minutes from the Federal Reserve's July 27-28 meeting show officials debated the timing and mechanics for reducing the bank's $120 billion in monthly bond purchases.